Welcome to the warehouse crew.
Welcome.
Thank you. Sorry about the little mix-up. Man, you know, we glad you didn't turn tail and go back.
You know, and like B-Red said, we're not gonna put you in the hot seat. It's the warm seat.
Yeah, we just warmed it just a little bit.
Because we had the Grand Master here with Tuesday.
Yeah, from New Orleans.
From New Orleans.
Oh, Grandmaster Eric O'Neill.
We put him in the hot seat.
And he like, that same mic, we had to put it back together. He like hit it and I was here like 4 in the morning yesterday, put it together. So.
You're listening in, Grandmaster, this B-Ray.
Yes, indeed, man. We can go ahead and get this thing started.
And I'm going to get it started. Miss Sherri Hill.
Yes.
Author of the Marquise Hill story, From the Cradle to the Bowl.
Yes.
Can you give us a brief summary of the book?
Basically, the book is about my son, Marquise Hill, who played with the New England Patriots, number 91. He was a defensive end. He also played here at LSU.
Okay.
Basically, we had talked about writing a book long before his death.
Yes, ma'am.
And I just decided to continue and be exact. I really started writing the book 4 days before his death. Started outlining the book and even changed the title to what it is. So I felt compelled to finish it.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yes, indeed.
So, growing up, was he always athletic? Did you know he was gonna make it to that next level, the professional level?
At 1 year old, I would say at 1 year old, he was the size of a 3-year-old.
Wow.
When I took him to the nursery, he was only making 1. He was standing almost the size of a 1-year-old, and he was sucking a bottle. The nursery director said, "Man, what are you feeding him?" He was standing flat-footed with a ball in his mouth.
Wow.
At 8 months, he was wearing 2 T's.
Ooh, wow.
So basically, I'm talking about that in the book.
Okay.
And I have pictures in there showing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I have a question. Before this incident, did you inspire to write like years before, or do you even have any other work that's going to come out?
That's ironic you asked me that. I have a story that I want to write about. It's a children's book. I have a passion for children's books.
Okay.
I taught school for 10 years.
Okay. Yes.
And I'm an artist also. I paint portraits.
Okay.
And I have a picture of the portrait, a picture of it in the book also. I painted my song First Sack with LSU.
Wow.
And I painted other pictures. I just take breaks.
Yeah. And I know it takes a lot of work to paint though.
Yeah. And my favorite medium is oil painting.
Okay.
We didn't know that. So you got hidden talents behind that.
That's some good stuff. Well, I was just taking a look at the website from the cradle to the bowl .blogspot.com, and did you have a hand in putting that actual the site together with the information on there and stuff?
Mr. Cyrus Webb is the one that constructed it for me.
Okay.
He's my publicist for the book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think we do know Mr. Cyrus.
Yeah, we know him very well. Matter of fact, he's in the chat room, man.
Watching over you. And I wanted to also ask, how do you feel with the publicity and being recognized for this actual book? How did that make you feel, like when you first think about that? Just being recognized for it.
Well, it makes me feel good. My son, he really worked hard to get where he was. It just was the unthinkable that happened. Matter of fact, this is the anniversary Monday.
Wow.
Sunday would have been the day that the accident happened. 2 years ago.
Right.
So I kind of been a little down. I think that's the reason why I feel a little, kind of you get a little fidgety a little bit.
Yeah, I understand.
But it's remarkable. My son, when he came out of high school, he had over 100 scholarships coming out of high school. He was the
That's
top
awesome.
D lineman in the country.
Oh, okay.
He worked real hard. He never
Yeah.
missed a practice.
And then for him to get that, they had to recognize that.
Right.
That's awesome. And we were also reading, you've been recognized by a lot of major newspaper lines, like being interviews and all that. That has to like be excited about that. I was like, I don't know what I would do or how I would handle that.
Well, I mean, you take it as it comes, but you just have to realize too. I've lost a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, $200 billion will never replace it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I guess that's the way I look at it. I mean, but it's, you take one day at a time. It's really been a slow process for me.
Yeah.
Now, writing the book really helped me a lot.
Yeah. Was it kind of like a form of therapy?
Right, therapy,
Therapeutic for you,
correctly. Yes. It really helped me.
I definitely followed your son. I love this career because I actually watched him at LSU, watched him with the Patriots, and I definitely, he had my blessings too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we have a caller, but question I had to ask you was, from this experience, you have a lot of people that actually go through this experience. What advice would you give a loving mother through this experience?
Well, I tell you what, you really have to have a strong faith in Christ.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, everybody have their right to whatever they want to believe in, but you really have to be rooted and grounded in Christ, because with what I went through, I wouldn't pay anybody to go through that. And then all the other stuff that I had to go through after the fact, it really took a toll on me. If I just didn't know the man upstairs,
Yes,
I
man.
think I would have been somewhere else.
Yeah.
But, but I know there's a God somewhere.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes. And during the Katrina, you have to realize I went through Katrina. Right after Katrina, I lost my brother in November, 4 or 5 days before his birthday. And then 2 years later, I lost my son. So I have to know somebody.
Yeah, that strength has to come. Exactly.
Then I lost my neighbor in Katrina.
Really?
My neighbor, yes, he was an elderly man. He refused to leave, and we tried to get him to leave, and he refused. So there's been a lot of things happen. I know a couple of friends I lost in Katrina. So just Katrina, boom, here we go with, my brother. I lost him. Yeah, I was the last one he talked to. Then my son 2 years later.
I mean, the thing that I can say is that you still have, even though you've been through all that, you still have that uplifting spirit, that we, kind of can feel. And there are a lot of people that can't go through that. So I'm glad, just to hear that you're letting us know what we need to get through. Because, I mean, like, a lot of people don't go through that. And honestly don't know about that and don't know how to get through it.
That's right.
Well, you know what? Sometimes things happen to you for a reason. Believe it or not, I worked in Desire Projects in New Orleans. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Desire.
Yes, ma'am.
But I actually seen almost, not right when it happened, but 3 murders on site in the broad daylight. So a lot of things I have seen, my son have seen
it too.
But when you see things, it becomes numb to you, but I kind of like, this here wasn't really something I was prepared for. But I'm telling you, I have worked with a lot of things that I just can't believe it happening. This is just not the norm for some people,
So, how did you get involved with Cyrus in the Right Stuff reality show?
Well, I was told by someone that knew Cyrus, because Cyrus lived in Mississippi.
Right.
And they told me that he does a lot of publishing work for books, authors. So that's how I was able to give me the contact number, and that's how I got in touch with him.
Okay. And what are some of your thoughts about the show as a whole? As far as the judges and the contestants or what have you. What are some of your thoughts about it? You think it's going to be pretty exciting?
Oh, well, like my son said one time when he was being interviewed for the championship game on the TV station, he said, you better get you some popcorn because it's going to be a show.
Well, we're excited. We can't wait.
Yeah, we're excited. Yeah.
So you better sit back and relax and get your seatbelt on.
We definitely